Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome in this sports chat with Mr. 33. I am Mr. 33. And now there's only two teams remaining, everybody. After the championship Sunday, we are now down to two teams. Let's start off with today's earliest game between the Washington Commanders facing the Philadelphia Eagles. And let's just say this game wasn't close, as the Eagles defeat the Washington Commanders 55-23. Washington came out with early momentum, and they took the early lead, but they only scored a field goal. Now, those of you that follow me a lot, right? Y'all know what I always say. When you get to that red zone, you can't keep kicking field goals. You can't. You gotta get that 6 instead of that 3, right? And that's how the Commanders started. They had an 18-play drive. They had half of the quarter. So what happens after they get their 3 points? They kick the ball off to the Eagles. The Eagles gets to the 40-yard line. Nice return. A lot of returns on this day, right? Nobody was really kicking the ball through the end zone or anything like that. Realist, what's going on with you? So as soon as the Eagles touch the ball, the very first offensive play, my MVP, for those of you that been following me once again, I've been saying that number 26 in that green is my MVP. He should be everybody's MVP. But as soon as he touches the ball tonight, he takes it to the house, 60 yards, gives the Eagles a 7-3 lead. And after that, it was pretty much a back and forth situation. They go back and forth. They score. The Eagles score again. Saquon with the second touchdown. All of this in the first quarter, give them a 14-3 lead at the end of the quarter. Philly comes back in the second quarter, get a nice drive, end up with another field goal, makes it 14-6. Then the Eagles punt the ball to Commanders. Jaden Daniels throwing a 36-yard touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin to get them to 2 points, and they go for the 2-point conversion. They don't make it, and after that, Philadelphia takes off. All of this in one quarter. After that possession, a touchdown by Jalen Hurts, a 1-yard rush, a 4-yard touchdown pass to A.J. Brown within the last 2 minutes, and the Eagles give up a field goal with 2 seconds. So the halftime score is 27-15. And like I said, it was over after that because Jalen Hurts gets another touchdown, makes it 34. Jalen Hurts got 3 touchdowns. They rushed for 7 touchdowns. Period. All their points came off of the majority of their points came off of touchdowns except for the A.J. Brown passes. Right? Saquon got 3 touchdowns. The final score was 55-23. Now, it wasn't a bad game per se for the rookie, but he just ran into a buzzsaw. He has the interception, but he threw 29 for 48, 255 yards. It wasn't enough. Like, it don't matter because when you give the Eagles that time of possession to run the ball, they're going to do just that. They're going to run the ball. And like I said, for the most part, when you give the Eagles more close to, well, it's pretty even. They threw for 230 and rushed for 229. But when you got that balance, it's hard for the Eagles to lose. But let me just say this. If number 26 got the ball and he's running the ball, he had 18 carries for 115 yards. Too easy. And if he does that in 2 weeks, it's very possible that you will be calling these Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champs. Because Jalen Hurts didn't really have a good game. Not per se. I mean, he did, but it was more about the rushing attack. Right? Because you got Saquon with 118 yards. You got Will Shipley with 77 yards. I think what's the kid name? The kid got a concussion and he got out. He left the game. So it's more of a balance. And then Jalen Hurts ran the ball. Goddard even had a run. Gainwell, that's his name. Gainwell ran the ball a couple times, but he got concussed and got put out. And it's not really like it wasn't really nothing to write about. A.J. Brown had the only reception for a touchdown. Led all receivers with 96 receiving yards, but it was all about the running game. Right? Like I said, he had 229 rushing yards. So when they get like that, it's hard to stop the Eagles. The Cardiac Kids had a good year, Cardiac Commanders, but they got snuffed out. Their heart stopped breathing. They started pumping. And now they have to go into the year, go into the off season, with questions about, stopping the run. But this is a different Eagles team with number 26 on that field. So anytime that happens, like I said, they are going to be a tough out. But because of that Russian attack today, the Philadelphia Eagles will be going on to the Super Bowl, and they will be facing the reigning, defending, 2 back-to-back champions in the Kansas City Chiefs. I know y'all might be tired of hearing that, right? But the fact is a fact. The Kansas City Chiefs, they snuff out the Buffalo Bills today, 32-29. This game was close all the way to the end, right? As Josh Allen had 237 passing yards with 2 touchdowns. 22 of 34. Mahomes was 18 of 26, 245 yards with a touchdown pass. The running game was pretty good, pretty much the same as James Cook ran for 85 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt had a touchdown with 64 rushing yards. Xavier Worthy. Commander, what up, 9? Xavier Worthy had 85 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. So, like I said, it just came down. You have to, in order to, let's just say this, in order to defeat the Chief, you got to keep Patrick Mahomes away from that ball, right? And when you go through these type of games, you got to understand that if you tie the game, you got to milk the clock, right? And Buffalo gave him the ball. They scored the game tying touchdown with a little bit over 6.5 minutes to go. And with that, that was too much time. Now, if anybody remembers a couple years ago, in the fourth quarter, Patrick Mahomes ran down the field in 13 seconds to get a field goal to beat the Bills. So just imagine with 6 minutes and 30 something seconds, I think it was 6:37 to go. Just imagine what that does to you, right? So he pulls it off again. Good defensive game. No, only a fumble. The Chiefs lost the fumble, right? And Josh Allen played pretty clean football. I mean, a couple of his passes was a little off, and he had a lot of pressure coming towards him. But for the most part, he played pretty clean football. But he wasn't the dual threat that they needed. You know, there's a couple of plays that he ended up getting field goals when he needed those touchdowns. So I think that's what slowed him down. But once you give, like I said, when you give Patrick Mahomes the ball last, now don't get me wrong, the defense of Kansas City, they did stop Josh Allen in the last 2 minutes. They was driving. The fourth down play was a blitz. The wide receiver, some people going to say he should have caught the ball at the end of the game. But, at the end of the day, it's sometimes you can't defy greatness. And that's what Patrick Mahomes is after Tom Brady. You see Tom Brady do things like this, and now we seeing Patrick Mahomes do the same thing. He makes a way out of no way. And this is the result of it. 32-29. So the Philadelphia Eagles will be playing the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe Kansas City will be the home team because of their record. This is Mahomes' 4th Super Bowl appearance. This is Jalen Hurts' 2nd Super Bowl appearance. But this is not like a couple years ago. This is a rematch. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, they played 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago. Same 2 teams. So this is like a rematch for the Super Bowl. The only difference is, y'all, like I said earlier, that number 26. If Kansas City can contain that number 26, Saquon Barkley, they will. It's plausible, it's possible that they could repeat. That's what the Super Bowl is going to be about. That's what the conversation is going to be about for the next 2 weeks. Can they three-peat? Will they be able to? Will Philadelphia be able to stop them from doing something that hasn't been done in the Super Bowl era? That's won 3 straight Super Bowls. The Patriots never done it. Nobody's ever done it before. It's something. This is going to be. Well, the game itself is going to be important, but at the same time, it's just there could be history in this game. So that's going to be something to check out. You know, Buffalo gave it a shot. Like I said, It's just something about that 15 in that red. You give him time, he'll run the clock. He'll try to run the clock out on you. And this year he got a defense, so he didn't have to hold the ball for the remainder of the quarter. So, like I said, this is going to be an exciting game. It's going to be super excited. I'm excited. February 9th is the game. They got the Pro Bowl. Well, nobody really watches the Pro Bowl, but the Super Bowl players, they don't have to participate in the Pro Bowl because they're getting ready for the Super Bowl. So there will be some substitutions. But that's pretty much it. But let me go back because I haven't been in here for a while. Shout out to my buddy, the Word. He was doing something special yesterday. I was supposed to got on here yesterday, but he did something special with his beautiful wife, and so I went over there to support him. But Saturday night main event, that was crazy, y'all. I ain't listen. Those are different matches. Let me just say that those are different matches, right? Even the main event match, that was like you got some pay-per-view quality matches on national television. And if you didn't see it on national television, I suggest you go to their sister station to watch the replay. Because those matches, that Rhea Ripley match, you would have thought Rhea Ripley was woo, you would have thought she was China. That's how bad she was trying to take Nia Jax out. The Riptide and power bombs and all of these things. She really did what she had to do. So Rhea Ripley retains her championship belt against Nia Jax. We saw Gunther retain his match. That was a good match too. That Gunther Jey Uso match. Now I know my guy. He don't like dad bod, but if he was here, I think he would have to admit that was a good match too. Because Jey Uso did everything possible. He speared the man. He did the splash. He did everything. But when Gunther got his hands on him and powerbombed him the last 2 times, and got that pin, you knew it was over. So we also know with that loss, that Jey Uso is now entering the Royal Rumble. I mean, he was already going to declare for it already. We know that Punk has entered. We know we got 8 participants for the men. We got John Cena. We got Roman. We got the Claymore guy. What's Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Jimmy. I might be missing 1 or 2 participants, but to continue on with the main event, the Jacob Fatu Braun Strowman. It's going to be next Saturday, real. It's February 1st. Jacob Fatu, he made, how do I say this nicely? He made Braun look like a midget. I gotta watch what I say midget because word might pop up somewhere. Oh, I really don't scare me. I thought word was gonna pop in like, oh man. But he made Braun look like a midget. He was just handling Braun, pounding him out. That wasn't even a real match. I mean, it was a disqualification, right? But man, he had Braun spit up blood all over the place. He put his head through the bottom turnbuckle like twice. He did the springboard moonsault twice. Now we see that Tom, what was it? Tomatonga. Tomatonga ain't got no control over nothing. He trying to stop Jacob. Jacob like, yo, this just get out of my way. Don't touch me. He just moved him off. He kept, doing the moonsault splash off the top rope. You got Braun looking all crazy, queasy, like he can't even breathe. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes. Uh oh, we had the Intercontinental belt up for grabs too, as Braun Breaker was facing. Well, Braun Breaker faced Sheamus. Sheamus got to go sit down somewhere. They ain't trying to let him win that belt because Braun took care of him like it was a good. Well, I'm not gonna say it was a good match, but Braun, he defeated him. So since he defeated him, I think that's it for him. I don't think he should be looking for no more Intercontinental fights. I'm pretty sure he'll enter the Royal Rumble. I believe that Braun Breaker has entered the Royal Rumble, but I think we'll find out some more Royal Rumble participants for the men in these uh, Monday and Friday. Now the ladies have started their Royal Rumble participants, right? We know Nia is going to be there. We know Bianca Belair is going to be there. We know Naomi's going to be there. Liv Morgan's going to be in it. Raquel Rodriguez is going to be in it. Somebody else is going to be in it. Realist's favorite girl is going to be in it. Not that one, Realist. Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair going to be in it. They made a video montage saying she's coming back to the end of the Royal Rumble. I think Bailey's going to be in there. Bailey's in there. So I think they're going to start filling out their Royal Rumble list, as well. Like I said, I'm pretty sure flat butt. Yep. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to bring a couple of people from NXT for both both men and the women. And then we're just going to see, they have a couple of older people coming in, so don't be surprised you see somebody like Mickey James or somebody like that. They might even try to bring old girl Jacqueline back in. That's how I'm telling my age. That's how long it's been since they've been in there. I don't think Lita will come back. Maybe she would. I don't know. She may make an appearance in the Royal Rumble. John Cena's gonna be one of the older ones that's coming back for the Royal Rumble. Like I said, there's so many people that may come in and participate in this thing, but there's some more things. We now know that Damian Priest has been added to the SmackDown roster. I think Carmelo Hayes is going to be a participant, but I don't see him lasting for a while, right? I believe Damian Priest is going to be in there, so it's going to be very interesting going forward. We saw the signing of the World Championship match. Yeah, Priest moved over to SmackDown, realist. We've seen the signing of the World Championship match that will be happening next Saturday. They got the belts hanging up. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is, he tried to sneak attack somebody, and he ended up hitting Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels sweet chin music him, kicked him out the ring. So for me, that means Kevin Owens is not going to win the belt. That's just previous history. Seeing that. Now we know that Monday and Friday is going to be mostly leading up to the Royal Rumble. You probably see a couple tag teams end up in the Rumble, like Finn Balor and JD McDonough, or we call that team the War Raiders. They got to have 30 people, so they may put a couple more people in there for more. Miz is back. Miz is on SmackDown now. What's the dude? 8 Time Down. What's his name? Uh, I forgot his name right now. It'll come to me. And Waller, the Australian guy Waller, they're going to Raw. Oh my God, what is his name? Vince McMahon picked him. I forgot his name. It'll come to me. But him and his tag team partner Waller is going over to Raw. They haven't said much else after that. But I think if Monday today's the 26th, tomorrow's the 20th, I think Roman Reigns will be on Raw tomorrow. I don't know if he's announcing he's going to move the Raw. But if he does, how could he, unless he wins the Royal Rumble, that means he can't fight Cody Rhodes. So does that mean anything? Does that mean he's not going to win the Royal Rumble? Does that mean he's going to fight Gunther? I don't know. Right? So this is why we have to watch even these last two events. Well, we gotta watch 3 actually, because I think Jay and Bianca. I don't remember them fighting last week on NXT, but I know they're fighting Lash Legend and Lash Legend and what's the girl name? Jakara Jackson. They're going to be fighting them for the belt on NXT. I think it's just this coming Tuesday. But I don't expect no belts to change hands this week. As far as the regular shows, maybe the women's belt, so they can finally get that that belt off of Bianca and Naomi, so they can pursue the single belts. But it's just like I said, we just gotta sit back and watch, because everything's gonna lead to Saturday. I don't be surprised if there's no meaningful matches. The kid Penta probably gonna fight on Monday night. He may enter the Rumble. If he do, it's understandable, but we know he's not gonna win. He just got there. He might put on a nice performance, but I don't think he'll win. We know Rey Mysterio's in the Royal Rumble because Kevin Owens offered him a fight. It's like I said, it's going to be so many different things and people joining this match. So, that's what's going on in the WWE aspect. I didn't really catch AEW because it was Saturday. You really had to see if you was gonna watch AEW because they actually put it on at the same time as Saturday Night Main Event. So I didn't watch. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch it. I didn't even think about watching it because we know Saturday Night Main Event, for those of us that have been watching wrestling for a long period of time that I have, that was more, that was more imperative. We wanted to see Jay if he was gonna win the belt. He put on a good performance, but he ran and Gunther caught him at the end and defeated him. So that's just the crux of a thing. When you start a new wrestling alliance or a wrestling federation, however you want to call it, when you're going against the old school, that's like when people used to, I know a lot of people like the Universal Circus, but the older people is going to always want to watch Ringling Brothers. So it's the same aspect. So, you know, uh, so that's going to be an interesting aspect. Now, going into the NFL, we found out this past over the weekend that Pete Carroll has been given the head coaching job of the Las Vegas Raiders. But now Pete Carroll is he's up there in age, but they giving him like a 4-year contract. He's about I want to say he's about 70 years old, 70 something years old, but they gave him a 4-year contract. The Dallas Cowboys have hired their offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer, to be the new head coach. The Jacksonville Jaguars have signed Joe Schoen. He was the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Uh, he's now the new head coach in Jacksonville. And for those of you that haven't been following, the Detroit Lions both lost both their coordinators as Ben Johnson's going to Chicago and Aaron Glenn is going to the New York Jets. I don't really know how to feel about it, as far as, those of you that have been following me also, you know that the Jets is my guys. Uh, it's a new hire. So I need to know what they're going to do with Aaron Rodgers and all them. That'll be something. They don't have a GM, so we don't know if they're keeping Aaron or not. We don't know what the conversation is. I don't know how you hire a coach before a GM, but that's what the Jets did. It's usually the GM brings his coach, but I guess the Jets are different, so they do it their way, which makes sense to nobody, but okay. So yeah, so those are the coaches that are hired over the weekend. I know the Detroit Lion fans are upset. They lost their coordinators, but Philly just went through that as well last year. But who knows? They may make it to the Super Bowl, right? The Eagles lost both of their coordinators. They're going to the Super Bowl now. They look, they'll be playing February 9th. Super Bowl party at somebody's house, right? But who knows? But everybody can't expect that turnaround to be the same. But like I said, a lot of things happened in sports this weekend. Uh, you know, I'm just upset. I missed my actual days, Friday and Saturday, but things have been occurring around me, family events and things like that. And what we say in the world, right? Family comes first for the most part, right? But I just, I came up here to update you guys about what's going on. We now have opponents for the Super Bowl. Uh, we now know that there's going to be some moving around after next Saturday as far as the WWE. I believe Roman Reigns will be making the announcement that he'll be on Raw Monday. I know he will be making an appearance on Raw. So, but I'm not, I'm taking some guesses. I believe Solo's gonna enter that. I believe the new bloodline's gonna enter that. We know Sami Zayn's in the Rumble. We know like all of these people are about to join the Rumble. So that's that aspect. I don't know as far as the women. I don't know if can't. Uh I think Jade will come back in the Rumble. I think she'll make an appearance Saturday. She may make an appearance before that. I don't know if who's the other one that I thought would come back. Becky Lynch. I don't know if she's coming back. I think me and Word had that conversation a couple weeks ago. He believes she's not going to make it. I just don't have an idea. But it's a lot. Like I said, it's going to be an interesting week as far as the WWE. Uh, what I do know is that AEW Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. They won the tag belts over there. I did see that. What do they call? I forgot the Hurt Gang or whatever their name is. I forgot their name. But they are the AEW tag team champs over there. We know that the Rated R superstar, the Rated R guy, we know him as Edge from WWE. I think his name is Adam Copeland over there, and John Moxley. They're on a collision course, so you got to keep our eye over there. I think I made the announcement last week that TNA and WWE are now contractual partners, but they'll be going through. A lot of them will be going through NXT. So like I said, there's a lot going on in the world of wrestling as far as the WWE. They join together with other alliances, TNA. They all all that the Hurt Business. Thank you, Commander. I forgot their name. I'm just the Hurt Posse. The Hurt Gang. Black people they gang. But let me stop. Let me stop. But yeah, they're over there making some noises in the AEW. So we gotta be prepared for what's going on over there. They're trying to make some noise. I just don't like the fact that they had an event on the Saturday night main event, and it was around the same time. So that didn't really benefit AEW. They might have lost. I think they may have lost some views over that because like I said, Saturday night main event is something that most people, whoever grew up with the WWE, they understood what it was. So they may have lost some views. But that's something to keep our eye on over there as well as, the Hurt, like I said, the Hurt Business, and you got John Moxley and the wrestler formerly known as Cesaro, and then you got the wrestler formerly known as Edge over there. So they're gonna try to pick it up, but I don't think this is the time for them to try to do anything as a pay-per-view is coming up. So I don't think they're ready to risk losing any more viewerships over a WWE pay-per-view. So they might slow down as well. But like I said, it's just a lot that's happening right now as far as that realm of entertainment on the WWE side. The NBA is picking up. They had announced their starting all-star players for both conferences. What I do know is that for the Eastern Conference, you're gonna have Jalen Brunson as a point guard, as the one guard, and Donovan Mitchell as a second guard, with Karl Anthony Towns, uh, Jason Tatum, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Those will be the starters for the East All Stars, and for the rest, the West. The Western All Stars is the familiar people. Steph Curry and Shea Alexander's at the guards. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Nikola Jokic at the forwards and center position. Those will be the starting five. For the NBA All-Star game. If I'm not mistaken, that's the 16th. The 16th of October, and it will be where is the All-Star game? It's in Oakland. So the Warriors, it'll be in the Oracle Arena, which is the home of the Golden State Warriors. But now Thursday, they will be announcing the rest of the 7 other players that'll be joining the All-Star team. They'll be the reserves, which is always interesting. And then we have, before this thing occurred, we have to figure out the 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 actual game, because it's not going to be like the old game. You have 5-on-5. I think they're breaking it down into different a different situation. But All Star Saturday, I think it's still the same. Uh, the rookies versus the world, 3-point contest, slam dunk contest. I think that's all the same. Friday is going to be the rookies. Uh, I think it's a horse competition. The passing and all of that. So we'll start that. Yeah, because All Star Weekend is actually Valentine's Day. So we're gonna go from the Super Bowl, and then we'll go straight to All Star Weekend. After that, the games are starting to slow down. Like tonight, there was only one game in the NBA, so they're gonna start slowing these games down. They're over the halfway point. A lot of teams have played half of their 82 game season, so there may be an extended break as far as the NBA. Uh, but we do all different type of sports. So we got the WWE. After the Super Bowl, we'll start looking into preparing ourselves on the channel for fantasy league football. Everybody will be welcome to pick teams, and if anything, we'll do the draft before then. But I want to familiarize myself with this to have it available for the subscribers or any new subscribers that may want to come and join, right? To keep ourselves, picking and entertained as far as what we know about football. Now we'll probably do that with basketball as well, but we got a long way to go, right? Because after we know the NBA season ends in June. That's when the finals will occur. So we have plenty of time to figure that out. But after the Super Bowl, we'll be focusing on the NBA. We still have the WWE. There's some boxing matches that'll be occurring soon. Uh, I think this Devontae Davis is going to fight soon. Let me see. I got to look at the schedule. But we know he got a card coming up soon. Uh, yeah, Tank. March 1st will be coming up soon. Javante Davis versus Lamont Roach. The undercard is going to be Julian J. Rock Williams versus Yoenis Delez. Sandor Martin versus Alberto Puello. Jose Arreo Valenzuela versus Gary Russell. And that's January 1st. Excuse me, March 1st. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. So that'll be March 1st. So there will be sporting events for us to go over, have a conversation about. Uh, and then we got pay-per-views. Matter of fact, that date that I just said is going to be tough because I'll be trying to watch that. And March 1st is the Elimination Chamber for the WWE. So we also know after the Royal Rumble, whoever's holding the World Championship belts will more than likely be having an Elimination Chamber match. 5 opponents, four non-champions versus the one champion. I don't know who will be the champion. Well, we know that Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes will be fighting this pay-per-view. which is the Royal Rumble. I don't know if Gunther's going to be the one that's fighting 5 people, or will it be Cody Rhodes, or will it be Kevin Owens? We know they wrestling, so but that elimination chamber match will be the same day as that boxing match that I had just announced on the channel. So I might as well go ahead and figure out how I'm gonna watch both of them at the same time to critique that. And if the fight, well, I will probably critique that on a Sunday, because if this match is the way I think it's going to be, or the boxing match itself, there's no time, but I know that'll be around 11. And y'all know I like to come on after that event. But if Tankin and Lamont Roach is fighting at 11, I mean, I will watch it, or we'll go all the way through and talk about the WWE until that match ends, the boxing match ends, and have that conversation then, or should I do it Sunday? Yeah, this is the key part of the wrestling year, right? Because this year they got it different, realist, right? So you got February 1st, you got March 1st, and then you're gonna have that first weekend in April. That's gonna be the Royal. That's gonna be WrestleMania. So a lot of these things is getting ready. Things are getting ready to pick up for the WWE, right? We're gonna find out who's gonna win the Royal Rumble, which champion they're going to face, both men and women, and then we'll see the one that wasn't picked. We'll figure out who is going to wrestle when, after the first or second night of WrestleMania. And we know, like I said, for John Cena, this is his swan song. Then I have a feeling that Goldberg might make an appearance in the WrestleMania match, because he's talking about retirement. I mean, Royal Rumble match. He's talking about retiring as well. So I won't be surprised if he make an appearance. I don't know. I just think that John Cena is going to win like a TNA belt. I swear to you. I really believe that with every fiber of my being, so he can say he a 17-time champ. So this is what's going to be interesting coming up. As Realist just eloquently put it, this is the WWE time of the year. So we have to line ourselves up and get ready for that. But in the meantime, we're gonna talk about Monday night uh Monday Night Raw on Netflix tomorrow night. Uh just to have a rundown of what we saw, who we think that there's gonna be more participants that's gonna announce themselves. So we'll probably have that conversation tomorrow. Uh may talk about some basketball, as like I said, the NBA's getting ready to pick up. There's only one game left in the NFL. And so, I'm gonna bring the basketball season up, so people can get ready for the summer NBA finals and things like that. So that's what we're gonna talk about tomorrow. But as of today, or as of not tonight, last night, because it's past 12 on my side of the country, you have to congratulate to the Super Bowl participants, the Philadelphia Eagles. Once again, they defeated the Washington Commanders. Well, they handled them 55-23. And the reigning champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, they did it again, y'all. They head into the Super Bowl for the third straight year. 4 out of the last 5 years. That's we talk about dynasty. We talk about greatness. We talk about all these things. But it's up to it's now we are witnessing a dynasty, right? Because, like I said, 4 years, 5 Super Bowls, 5 Super Bowl appearances in 4 years. I think I'm saying it right. because they lost the Super Bowl. To Tom Brady. They won two out of that. They missed 1 year and went back to back, and now this is their third year. So 4 out of 5. So it could be witnessing history, but you know they got to complete the task in order for a dynasty, and we know that 2025 is the year of completion. Shout out to my alter ego, Bustin' Down Brown. But yeah, this is what it's all about now. We're gonna see greatness now. We're gonna see things take off. We're gonna see 30 participants in the Royal Rumble. We're gonna see some strength, some agility, mobility in the WWE as the Royal Rumble comes around. We're about to see this Super Bowl matchup. Basketball, for a sports fan, you can't ask for nothing better. So I hope you guys will be ready to take this trip with me. And like I said, when the new season comes, we will be here. Sports Chat will be here. Sports Chat is going to do things to involve you guys a little bit more, right? Shout out to the picks of the week, right? That's how we started the channel for the NFL. But now we want to do something better. We want to see if you guys and girls can pick the players that's going to do some spectacular things next year. We're going to ask you to make your own team. More information will come with that as we go throughout the rest of this year, but we will definitely have something before the beginning of the 2025-26 NFL season. Like I said, I just want to familiarize everything for you guys and myself. Got to set rules and things like that. But I think we're going to have some great time with that. So y'all if y'all going to participate, y'all need to follow up or the tricks of the trade. They say don't draft the quarterback first. That's what they say. What up though? Yeah, so they say don't draft the quarterback first for your fantasy team. They're gonna tell you to pick one running backs, receivers, then quarterbacks, then your defense, special team, things of that nature. But we're gonna prepare that. We're gonna prepare that going forward. Like I said, we're going the rules and regulations, all of that is coming forward. But like I said, I'm excited. Oh, word! I was just telling them about the boxing match with Tank and Roach. That's going to be the same night as Elimination Chamber, March 1st. So I might have to buy 2 TVs and stuff like that for to watch both of those events. Because Royal Rumble going to be, Elimination Chamber going to be about 3 hours, and then that main event card. It's actually it's a good card itself, but that main event we pretty sure going to start around 11:30. So I may come on either that next day to have that conversation. I don't know what the schedule looks like, right? But if I do come on late that night, that'll be something different. But if anything, I'll probably show up that Sunday with we'll have that conversation. Since we're losing football anyway, it'll give us another reason for us to come on the next day. Because football will be super gone by then, down to the last 2 teams. Well, I'm pretty sure you know what it is, but we're gonna see if the Chiefs gonna three-peat. I know I can't. I can literally say I didn't see anything to where the referees helped the Chiefs today. I know people been speculating. The referees been cheating. Social media talks about that all the time. They actually did that. Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But I like to watch the whole event. So yeah, I think Elimination Chamber will probably be over by 11. But there's no actual time of when that card is going to start. I'm presuming it's going to start around 9:30. right? The three matches under the main event. So that's going to be a night where I probably won't be on. I probably won't hit a panel or do a live, because that match will probably end around 12:30, 1 o'clock. The boxing match, the elimination chamber will end that up. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Because if that match do start at 11, we could talk about the elimination chamber throughout the entirety of the match. But I know me, I'll probably start talking about the elimination chamber match, and say, damn, that man hit him with a good right uppercut, or a right cross, or a jab to the body. I'll be talking to that. What is he talking about? Is he talking about wrestling or boxing? But like I said, certain sports is gonna pick up. We lose the football, but we're gonna pick up other sports. I mean, I know we ain't got no baseball enthusiasts around here, but that is, we 3 weeks away from pitchers and catchers going down to Florida and the Grapefruit League. Well, Florida and what is that? Arizona. They start they pitchers and catchers around the third week of November. Excuse me, February. And we also know that the All-Star game is coming right after the Super Bowl. So sports is going to be around. It's just not going to be about football. But Sports Chat with Mr. 33, he's going to cover as much sports as possible, as much sports that you want to hear. Oh, shout out to Madison Keys. Madison Keys won the Australian Open last night. Madison Keys is a young lady of the mixed culture, half black, half white. She won in a 3-set thriller, and that was her first majors victory. She's been playing for a while, but this is her first actual main victory as far as Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, and the U.S. Open. She finally won her first one. So congratulations to Madison Keys. We always think about women athletes as well, but that was the first time for her, and it's been a while since an American has actually. Well, Coco Gauff won a couple of years ago, but Coco Gauff, she still got years. I don't think she's 21 yet, but Madison Keys been doing this for at least a decade, and this is her first win. So I wanted to shout her out for anybody that knows tennis or whatever. It's her first victory so I just wanted to shout her out. But I believe, Word, you are still going live. If you going live, we're gonna come over there, hang out with you. I was shouting you out earlier. You and the wifey, Mrs. Word, had a excellent conversation the other night, and I was happy to support that. That's why I didn't go live. What was that, Friday night? Friday going into Saturday. That's the reason why I didn't show up. But it's a beautiful thing when you got your other half, or your support group to come through and show themselves up, and have the conversation with the supporters like you guys do for me. But that was special because that was my first time hearing Mrs. Word come on and have a conversation, and they were so awesome. But shout out to the Word, uh, and his wife. Uh, she says she's coming back on to have some conversations, you know. And like I said, it's nothing better than supporting one another, and that's what we do at Channel 9 Studio, right? We support each other. We give everybody love and grace, and that's what we're going to continue to do. So, with that being said, I appreciate everybody stopping by. I believe he's going live in a couple minutes. Y'all going over there and hit them up. Check out the word. We'll be back in less than we'll be back in 23 hours to talk about what's going on with Raw and who's doing what, who's entering. Is there any matches that's gonna have a belt up for grabs? And like I said, I'll see you guys in 23 hours. Until tomorrow, y'all. Mr. 33 signing out from the Channel 9 studios.